Hey guys, it's Lauren, and here I am uploading again. Yeah, so I'm actually paying for a faster internet connection beginning like next week, so I think maybe I'll make more videos. But I was just suddenly moved to make one because I'm procrastinating on doing actual work, and I've been reading the responses to the most recent blog I posted, sorry, which is called "How to Make Sure Everyone at the Open Ritual Thinks You're Full of Shit." And I actually wrote it last year, so this is a repost, but it's been circulating, and I'm moved to comment on a response, not a particular response that I've gotten, but a type of response that I've received several of or that I've seen when this is reblogged. So if you haven't read the blog, basically it's designed to be humorous, okay, and it's basically a list of things that you can do when you go to an open ritual to just completely alienate people, okay? Right? Like, have you ever gone to introduce yourself at like Pagan Pride Day or an open ritual or something, and the first thing out of that person's mouth is something that you're just like, oh God, and we are done here, right? That's the stuff. So it's just a 4-point list, right? And it's points like, tell everybody that your grandma is magical, right? That kind of stuff, okay? And it's designed to be funny or whatever. But it's real. Like, I've seen all of those things more times than I could count. But the response I keep seeing on Facebook and on the blog itself, and on Tumblr and wherever else is, this is exactly why I'm solitary, or this is why I'm not in a coven, or something like that. And I want to make it very clear, what I'm describing actually isn't coven work, right? I'm describing open ritual first meetings in public. These kinds of things do not happen in healthy functioning covens, okay? If you're a member of a coven, right, and everybody's different, right? I can only speak for myself, but if you are avoiding serious practice with other people because you think everyone's going to be mean to you, then I think that's just something that's limited about your own experience. And like, that makes me really sad that people think that that's just inevitable. Because my coven doesn't operate that way. The coven I was trained in certainly didn't operate that way. Like, you're an intimate group of dedicated people who love each other, right? You don't have interlopers coming in and, bragging about their credentials or bragging about their magical ancient lineage or whatever. Like, that doesn't happen with people you know and love and circle with regularly. What I'm describing in this blog is interactions with strangers. And I think that kind of got lost for some people. Their conclusion is, wow, these are great reasons to be solitary. No, these are not great reasons to be solitary. These are great reasons to not do public rituals. Public rituals don't look anything like what happens in an intimate magical group where people actually have an understanding and are practiced together. It's like comparing, I don't know, it's like comparing a group of synchronized swimmers to like a drunk afternoon at the public pool, right? Like, those are two completely different things. And being in a coven, it's like synchronized swimming. This is actually the worst analogy I've ever made on YouTube. Right? And an open ritual is what happens when people decide to have a drunken barbecue at the public pool, and let's invite everybody and hope for the best. Okay? You might have a good time there. You'll probably make some friends. Hopefully the food at least is good. Okay? And nobody drowns. Well, Oliver is doing something that sounds dangerous. Right? But you're not going to go there and find like instant, like heart-wrenching community, okay? Like, that takes time. You have to build that. You have to seek, like, that's why we call it seeking, right? So anyway, it's not a fair comparison. If you go to an open ritual and it sucks, it's because open rituals suck. Like, even the really good ones are still just kind of like, maybe your experiences have been different, but I've been to a shit ton of open rituals, And they're all pretty much the same. Like, it doesn't even really matter, like, what kind of group is hosting them and who's at the helm. Like, it doesn't really matter. They're all kind of the same because there's only so much you can do with too many people who you don't really know. There's only so much you can do, okay? So if you hate open rituals, or if you go to Pagan Pride Day or to some open festival or whatever, and people are dicks to you and you don't like the ritual, the conclusion you should draw is not that you hate synchronized swimming. The analogy got worse. Okay. But, like that's not really a fair comparison. And I make this video not to criticize anybody, but just to kind of like plaintively, like, it makes me sad that people just discard the possibility of working in meaningful relationships with other people because they've had bad experiences, right? Like, I've had some really, really terrible experiences with men, okay? But, like, I don't just completely avoid men. You know, like, I just... Anyway, yeah, so if your open community sucks, right, like, it's not you. It's because open communities suck. They just do. Even the ones that aren't made up of assholes are still just kind of lackluster, okay? And, like, there's other stuff out there. There are other options. You don't have to just write covens off as something that's horrible. So, anyway, I just wanted to make that point, because, yeah. Okay.